If I ask you who was the first Indian queen to fight the British, who will you think of? I'm sure most people will say Rani Lakshmibai of Jhansi. And no surprises there, she was a legendary figure of India's freedom struggle. But it might surprise you to know that she was actually not the first Indian queen to fight the British. Because a full 70 years before the revolt of 1857, another queen didn't just fight the British, she actually defeated them. So without wasting any further time, let's dive right into the epic story of Rani Velu Nachiyar. Her people called her Veeramangai, a Tamil phrase that translates to the brave woman. Born in 1730, Velu Nachiyar was an only child. And because her father, the Raja of Ramanathapuram, had no sons, he decided to raise her like one. So what that meant in practice was that she was taught all the skills that a future king should require. Now she wasn't just taught court etiquette, she was raised to be a warrior, and that was very unconventional for princesses at that time. She mastered traditional Tamil martial arts like Silambam, that involves fighting with a bamboo stick, and Valleri, which is a deadly, think of it like a deadly boomerang. She also excelled at archery and horse riding. And if you think this long list of skills isn't already impressive enough, get this. She was not just good with weapons, she was also a very intelligent woman who was very good with her studies. She became fluent in multiple languages like Urdu, English, French, and of course her own native language Tamil. At the age of 16, she married the king of Sivaganga, and for a time life was peaceful. But unfortunately, as luck would have it, colonial greed struck. In 1772, the British East India Company forces launched a brutal attack on her kingdom. They attacked Kalayar Koli. Now, Kalayar Koli was a sacred Hindu temple complex. But why attack a temple? You see, in 18th century South India, temples were not just temples. Many of them had thick defensive walls. So they also doubled up as forts and could be used as military structures. And that was exactly the reason why the British targeted it. They knew that controlling Kalayar Koli meant controlling the entire kingdom. Unfortunately, Velu Nachiyar's husband could not defeat the British. He died trying to defend his kingdom till his last breath. In a single night, Velu Nachiyar lost everything that was dear to her. Her husband, her home, and her kingdom. She had to flee just to save her life. Escaping into the dark with her daughter, she managed to find sanctuary in Dindigul, which is like a town around 100 kilometers from Sivaganga. At this point, most people would have just given up, but not our Queen Velu Nachiyar. She spent the next 8 years planning her ultimate comeback. She built a massive network of spies. And next, she convinced powerful local chiefs to join her cause. She even used her fluency in Urdu to negotiate directly with Hyder Ali, who was the ruler of Mysore at that time. And it definitely helped that Hyder Ali also hated the British. He agreed to support her cause and lent her 5,000 of his best horsemen. And that's how she built a brand new army, all from scratch. By 1780, she was ready to march on Sivaganga and reclaim her throne. But there was one problem. The British had better ammunition and firearms. So she came up with a brilliant plan. And that brilliant plan involved another woman. Her name was Quili. Now, Quili was the commander of Velu Nachiyar's all-female army wing. So what she did was, she entered into the temple and disguised herself as a worshipper along with some other women. And once they were inside, Quili found the place where the ammunition was stored. And when she reached there, she did something nobody could have ever anticipated. She drenched herself with oil and ghee and set herself on fire. With the British ammunition gone, Velu Nachiyar's army had the upper hand. They attacked Sivaganga and fought for hours. Finally, they were able to defeat the British and reclaim their kingdom. In doing so, Velu Nachiyar became one of the few Asian powers to actually defeat an European power in the modern era. And in doing so, she also became the first Indian queen to ever fight the British, and not just fight but also defeat them in battle. So it's a shocker that most people in India still don't know about her. Now, don't get me wrong, people in Tamil Nadu still remember her very fondly to this day. But across the rest of India, most people barely know her name. So, coming back to our story, what happened to Velu Nachiyar? Well, she became the queen of Sivaganga again. And once she died, 10 years later, she passed on the throne to her daughter. She died exactly how she had lived, a proud and free woman. So if you also feel that she deserves better recognition, like this video and share this video with all your friends and family members. Hit that subscribe button if you want to know more such untold stories. And let me know in the comment section, which historical figure do you think we have forgotten about and whose story deserves to be told again? So goodbye for now, and I hope to see you soon in the next video.